In the tranquil courtyard of an isolated mountain monastery, where time seems to slow and the world's chaos is held at bay, a young monk diligently sweeps the stone path. A novice, carrying some clay pots, stumbles and falls. A pot shatters into pieces on the ground, its sharp fragments scattering like angry words. "Fool! What have you done?" The young monk erupts, his face reddening quicker than the sunrise. "These pots are centuries old. You move like a wild buffalo." The novice, with widened eyes, bows deeply and apologizes. "I am truly sorry, brother. It was an accident." But the young monk's anger is a wildfire, and reason the wind that fuels it. He storms off, leaving the shattered pot as a testament to his temper. Watching quietly from the shadow of the doorway is the old Zen Master, a being whose presence feels like a cool, gentle breeze on a sweltering day. With deliberate grace, the Zen Master approaches the young monk, finding him later in the meditation hall, still a tempest of clenched fists and shallow breaths. "My child," the Zen Master speaks softly, like the rustle of leaves. "Why let your peace be so easily broken? Like that pot. You are not the clay, but the sculptor of your own being." The young monk, tears mingling with his sweat, finally looks up. He is a storm seeking solace, and in the eyes of the Zen Master, he finds a tranquil harbor. The Zen Master, extending a compassionate hand, teaches him to envision insults and provocations as if they are wind passing through the trees, present but not disrupting the core of the tree. Reacting impulsively to every comment or action directed at you can disturb your own peace. Like a tree lets the wind pass by, one should let unnecessary words and actions pass without disturbing their core. A few days after the incident with the broken pot, the quiet life of the monastery is disturbed by an unexpected guest. A villager, known far and wide for his sharp tongue and stormy demeanor, ascends the stone steps to the sacred grounds. As soon as he crosses the threshold, the villager spews insults like torrential rain. "What a useless place this is," he scoffs loudly. "A bunch of grown men playing at being holy, wasting away in these mountains." The monks, like leaves under a heavy downpour, visibly wilt under the force of his words. Their faces tighten, their bodies tense, but they hold their tongues. However, the young monk, who was once quick to anger, remembers the Zen Master's teaching. His demeanor remains as serene as a clear sky after a storm. Instead of hurling back insults, he gently approaches the disruptive visitor. With a warm and genuine smile, the young monk offers, "You must have traveled far to come here. Would you care for some tea to refresh your spirit?" The Zen Master, observing quietly from the shadows, senses the tranquility in the young monk's heart and nods approvingly. As the young monk calmly serves tea to the rude villager, the tension in the room seems to dissolve, like mist under the morning sun. Later, when the tea has been drunk and the atmosphere is warmer, the villager's stern face softens. With a respectful bow, he reveals, "I must apologize for my behavior. The Zen Master asked me to play this role to test your practice." The monks are astonished, but the young monk smiles gently, understanding the depth of the lesson learned. Responding to negativity with calmness and kindness not only preserves your own inner peace, but can also soften the hearts of others. As evening draws near, the monastery high in the mountains braces for a massive storm, its approach announced by the dark, looming clouds and the biting wind. At the same time, the quiet of the impending storm is broken by the arrival of a nobleman, his demeanor as turbulent as the weather. He demands shelter from the storm, but his words are like jagged lightning, striking at the very heart of the monastery and its inhabitants. "This wretched place is all I can find in this forsaken land," he sneers, looking down his nose at the humble surroundings. "I suppose it will have to do." Despite the nobleman's harsh words and sharp tone, the young monk's face remains as still as the surface of a deep lake. He bows respectfully and leads the nobleman to a warm and dry room. As the storm rages outside, pelting the monastery with rain and howling winds, the nobleman continues his own storm of insults and complaints. But the young monk, who once would have been the first to rise to such bait, remains serene. Drawing a deep breath, he calmly says to the nobleman, "Just as the storm outside will pass in time, so too will our own inner storms. We offer you shelter and warmth tonight as we would to any traveler, noble or common." The Zen Master, who has been observing this exchange, smiles gently. Later, when the nobleman has retired to his room and the storm has quieted to a gentle rain, he approaches the young monk. "You have grown like the sturdy pine on the mountainside," the Zen Master says warmly. "It does not rage at the wind and rain, but stands tall and patient, knowing that the storm is but a passing moment. It's not what others do to us that upsets us, but our reactions to it. Being angry at someone's behavior is like being angry at the rain. Both are temporary and not under our control.